Hello, Crypto Novus, and welcome back. My name is Chris Brown, and I am the host of the channel. Today, I'm going to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum has had a great week. There's been a lot of activity. The anticipated London hard fork was released on Thursday. It has impacted the network in two ways. We're going to jump in and take a look at what that is. We're also going to take a look at the impact in terms of ETH burned and the value of that, along with also what has happened to the price activity. So let's just kind of jump right into it and see what has happened with Ethereum. So as I mentioned, London hard fork happened on Thursday. It's also known as EIP-1559. The value of this is that in the Ethereum network, there has been a lot of problems with two things: scaling and the cost or the amount of the transaction fees. Ethereum has always been known as an expensive network to build up upon. And so this upgrade, the software upgrade to the network, is designed to manage that issue of manage both those issues of scaling and transaction fees. And the way they're hoping to fix, and the reason why this has become a big issue is as two things have increased on the Ethereum network, that is the creation of the NFT tokens, and then the functionality or the operations of the decentralized finance world. Both of those have impacted the network in terms of use, and therefore the fees associated with it. So in hopefully this upgrade will make the effective use of those two worlds a lot more possible. So let's jump into exactly the fees itself. So this is the 11th upgrade on the Ethereum network. They're typically called Ethereum Improvement Proposals. The short is EIP. So before the upgrade, users would essentially participate in what's called an open auction for every block. They would have to place a bid with a miner, which is referred to as a first price auction. The problem with this is that they were typically just stabbing in the dark when they were proposing a transaction fee. So to help them out, 1559 is really meant to create an ecosystem which encourages lower gas fees by the system creating an algorithm that establishes a baseline fee. And this baseline fee obviously will then create a datum, if you will, or a baseline for then the auction to springboard from. And to be more specific, it says rather than holding a blind auction for every block to determine the gas price, the Ethereum's protocol, with the algorithm that is created, it decides the transaction fee based upon the overall demand on the network. Bottom line, it makes it less arbitrary. The hope of this is that by having the protocol decide a uniform gas price, this should prevent major spikes in prices, although it doesn't necessarily mean that it will always be cheaper for buyers. So this still has to be played out in the practical world, and to see exactly how does the Ethereum community and the miners specifically respond to this. So now let's take a look at the burning aspect. So basically, some of the ether that would otherwise go to miners will be burned. And so what do we mean by the term burned? Essentially what that means is that there will be a portion of the ether that is in the Ethereum network that will be removed from the network and locked away, and it is no longer in circulation. The big hope of this is that this EIP-15 upgrade will create some sort of deflationary pressure on Ethereum, because less supply on the network could lead to a rise in price. But this assumption, this premise assumes two things. So for it really to be deflationary, it only creates a deflationary pressure under the condition that burn fees actually exceed the new issuance of ETH. And so we're going to take a look at where that sits. To be honest with you, there's a good chart that takes a look at what has happened in the last couple of days to see how that might work. From my own personal opinion, though, Before, Ethereum was just mined and there was no cap. So that obviously would keep the price of Ethereum lower because there's more ETH in circulation, and because the basic supply and demand economics, or tokenomics, if you will, come into place. When you got more tokens, they're going to be less value. If you have less tokens, the price tends to go up. So this may not be a 100% deflationary in its design, but it's certainly going to have an impact on price because there will be less ETH in circulation because some of them are obviously being removed. So now this burn of fees, the other impact is it only gives miners two streams of income. And one is they can still sell their computing power to the network and hope they earn a reward for a newly minted ether should they win the block. The other is they still can receive tips. The real gain that I think everyone is looking for is that the price of Ethereum just really skyrockets and goes up because now there's this ability of more predictability on transaction fees, and hopefully they go down, and that there is obviously less Ethereum in circulation. And so hopefully with those two new additions to the network, everyone's hoping that the price of ETH really goes up. So why don't we just jump into and take a look and see over the last couple of days what has been the impact of EIP 1559. So right away in just a few hours, we can see that about 213 ETH. This article was actually written within just a couple of hours of the release, and the value of that in terms of dollars was over $500,000. A closer look shows that over the past couple of days, about 36% of the new ETH mined actually have been burned. So that is 1/3, and that's pretty a significant number. So let's take a little bit closer look as to what that is. So over 5,000 Ether have been burned over the past couple of days. The dollar value of that is $14 million. And again, like I said, 36% or a third. Now, the actual transaction or gas fees have gone up slightly in the last couple of days. They were at about 0.0003 ETH. Now that is up a little bit to 0.005. In addition to block sizes measured on Ethereum in gas units have been trending as anticipated toward the block gas target of 15 million gas. At first glance, EIP 1559 seems to be working effectively, burning fees and the pricing block space on Ethereum dynamically so that the block sizes on average hit a healthy target. But it still remains to be seen. So we're going to have to kind of watch this closely as time progresses to see exactly what happens within the Ethereum community, and does this improvement actually accomplish the goals that it has intended. So now let's take a look at price and see what has happened to price in the last couple of days. On Thursday, which was the 5th, Ethereum had wicked all the way down to 25.34. Over the last couple of days, it has wicked up as high as 31.73. So it's gone over 3,000. Right now, it is sitting at 3,000, just under $3,100. And so it has seen a strong increase of almost $700, around 25% in the last couple of days. So that's really significant. I think anyone would appreciate that. I certainly do as an investor in Ethereum. So I hope this information has been good and healthy for you, and it has been informative. We're going to keep an eye out on it here on the channel, and we'll report any updates to you as time progresses. So that's it for today. Just real quickly before I close, I want to remind you that if you are new to Crypto Novus, please become a subscriber. Hit the like button. Also, if you're having trouble understanding all of the language and the acronyms in this space, remember to pick up my new book. It's called Crypto Novus Scriptionary. The link is down below in the caption. And this is Crypto Novus, where newbies become masters. My name is Chris Brown. I'm the host, and I will see you guys in the next video.